Hi everyone, I'm Lawrence and I'm here with Design 911 at Wheels and Watches, and I'm with John and his Porsche 356. So John, you've owned this car for 10 years?
Yep, that's right.
Wow.
It's one that I don't think I'll ever sell. The family love it more than me, I think. It's
Really?
just
And
a
do
very
you,
cool car.
kids as well?
Yeah, I've got 3 kids.
They all pile in the back, or because
I've
it's a
had,
bit cramped, right?
I've had 4 of us in there, and also I've had my very big dog on the parcel shelf. That the kind of seats fold back, and you can get a dog on the back.
So you, you and your wife, kids, and then the dog.
Well, I think I'd struggle to get the dog's quite big, but he's been in there with the kind of seats folded
okay,
down.
yeah.
He's been in. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And do you daily drive it? How often do you use it, or is it just...
I use it quite a lot. I wouldn't say it's a daily driver. It's kind of a little bit too, I wouldn't say delicate, but I'm a little bit worried of other drivers to be driving it every
Yes,
day.
yeah.
But it does get a lot of use, and having it 10 years, it's been to Goodwood. It's done Cop Hill climb. I took it up there. It does get used a lot. I try to kind of get it out because they benefit from being used. If they're kind of left in storage, things kind of dry up, seals go off, and it starts leaking. So it's a car that gets a lot of use.
That's cool. You're saying it's never been restored mechanically, just painted?
It's the original engine, gearbox. As far as I know, it was painted once in 1999 in Germany. But aside from that, it's an original car. The glass, everything really, instrumentation. Somebody did a nice job on the seats at one point and put a Go Faster stripe on them. But apart from that, it's kind of pretty much as it was when it left the factory.
That's cool. What events at Goodwood have you done in it? Have you ever taken it around the track?
No.
Ever tracked it at anything?
I've been around the track in a early 911 at Goodwood, and I had an old Fulvia race car which I took round Goodwood. But this has never been round the track. It's been to the breakfast meetings, the revival members meeting. It's been to all of those, just in the car park. But it's great. On the motorway, it'll keep up with traffic.
What kind of speed is it happy to sit at?
Oh, it'll sit. I'd say 70. It's kind of happy-ish.
Yeah.
At 60, it's kind of absolutely fine. But I mean, it will. It'll go beyond that. Not that I would ever.
Lots of people see them and think they're a bit like noddy cars and slow and impractical. But from what I'm actually restoring one. Well, I've never driven a 356 before, but what I've been told is it's just like any other car. You put your foot down and it goes.
No, it's it's remarkably kind of modern. For a 58 car. I've got a friend that's very disparaging about it because the wheels are kind of tucked in, so he calls it a jelly mold. So he's a bit sort of, he does take the mickey a little bit. But no, I mean, it's a very usable car. The gearbox is very friendly. It's not kind of, it's not a dog leg or anything. It's only 4-speed, but it's very easy to use. The brakes are obviously drums all around, so...
Do you find that okay? Or...
Well, you get used to it and you just know to kind of, accommodate that and not kind of leave your braking till the very last minute.
Yes.
But no, they've always been fine. I've never really had an issue with that.
That's stunning. And then future plans for the car, have you got any tours lined up with it, long drives or nothing?
I have nothing immediately. I'd like to do the 356 kind of European meet that kind of happens every now and again. I don't know if it's every year. I'd like to go to Classic Le Mans in it, that would be fun.
Yeah.
But no, nothing immediate planned, just kind of, going to, events and shows and things and just driving it. Just getting it out and doing sort of 30-40 miles in it is just, a lot of fun. But we haven't gone to Europe in it yet, but I think my kids are getting older and I think that's certainly on the cards. Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Cool. And I can't help but not mention, you're an artist.
That's because I stuck that in your hand. I am.
An automotive artist. How many times have you drawn your car?
I've done one big one of this, which is in my garage at home, which is one of the first ones I did when I kind of started this kind of seriously.
Yeah.
But I've done quite a few 356s. It definitely helps being familiar with the shape of them. Yeah.
Do you find drawing the earlier cars, so the A with the the more kind of like, is it, I don't know, the widow peak in the nose?
Yeah, yeah, the
Or
kind of
the kind of B, the later B and C noses.
I think,
easier?
I know these really well, so probably I find these a bit more familiar. But I've done, I've done the early 911s, I've done early Ferraris. I've done, I kind of like, if it's, I particularly like cars from the sort of 50s and 60s, just because the designs are so fantastic. So I tend to focus on that, but I do other things as well. I do kind of, more modern cars, but that's definitely where my kind of passion is for that era.
And finally, going back to your car, what is your most, do you have a most memorable moment with the car?
I think probably the Cop Hill climb was pretty cool. Going up
Cop
that
Hill
with
climb.
my daughter. Yeah, that was like, it's not a particularly serious thing, but the car was all stickered up.
Yeah.
And you're on the kind of start line, and you got people either side. So that was really cool. Yeah,
That's
I really
awesome.
enjoyed that.
I'd love to use my car just like you use yours. Maybe not like daily, every day, putting it in
Yeah.
dangerous, well, not necessarily dangerous situation, but you make it more exposed, right, to
Yeah,
unfortunate events. But I definitely want to use it. And things like hill, I would track it, but I think it was actually more of a rally car than a track car. And I also feel like going around a track, there's more chance of maybe getting carried away. But
Yeah, I mean, these have only got, I think this has got maybe around 80 horsepower, but that's not going to get you into too much trouble.
No.
Unless you kind of outbrake yourself,
Yes.
But, they are, people do race these, the earlier cars, the Pre-A's, they take part in races at Goodwood. I'm really happy with what I've got. I'm very fortunate to have this, to be honest.
Right, it's beautiful. I may be biased, but I think you've got the best car on the car park.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of competition around
There
it.
is,
It's not every day you see a
That's all very modern.
brand new ST, but yeah.
This is where they all originated from.
It is, yeah.
Well, thank you. It's been
No,
great
pleasure.
talking to you, John.
Yeah, really nice to meet you.
See you.
All the best.